A widow's tears. Adamma stood at the edge of the crowd, her heart shattered into a million pieces. Her husband, her love, was gone. But even in her grief, she felt the weight of hostility in the air. Mama Chi, her mother-in-law, stared daggers at her from across the yard, her lips pressed in a thin line of disdain. "She is the reason my son is gone," Mama Chi hissed to the other woman. This is how it all started. Hi guys, please do hit the subscribe button, like the video and also share it as well. Obodo was a village of contrast, where prosperity and poverty existed side by side, divided by invisible walls. At its center stood the towering Okonko estate, a sprawling compound with high mud walls and tiled roofs that signified the family's wealth. Surrounding it were the homes of farmers, traders, and laborers who lived simple lives. The village thrived on its bustling marketplace, its fertile farmlands, and the traditions that bound its people together. Adamma was born in one of the humbler homes on the outskirts of the village. Her family's mud brick house had a thatched roof, a vegetable garden at the back, and a small goat pen. Despite their modest means, the house was always filled with warmth and laughter, thanks to Adamma's mom, Nneoma. Nneoma was a widow, having lost her husband to a tragic accident when Adamma was a child. With 4 children to care for, she worked tirelessly, weaving clothes and selling yams at the market. Adamma, as the eldest, grew up quickly, taking on responsibilities beyond her years. By the time she was 12, she had learned how to sew from her mom and soon discovered she had a talent for it. Her creations were unique, brightly colored dresses adorned with intricate patterns that seemed to tell stories of their own. By 16, Adamma had earned a reputation as the best tailor in Obodo. Her small shop near the marketplace was always busy, and her name became synonymous with beauty and craftsmanship. But despite her growing success, Adamma's dreams were modest. "I just want to make life better for my family," she often said. Marriage, though an expectation for women her age, was not her priority. Eze Okonko was the eldest son of Chief Okonko, the most influential man in Obodo. The Okonko family's wealth came from their sprawling farmlands, which produced cassava, yams, and palm oil that were traded in the markets far beyond the village. Eze's father was a strict but respected leader, known for his generosity and sharp business acumen. As the heir to the Okonko estate, Eze had been groomed from childhood to take over the family's enterprises. But unlike his younger brother, Chima, who reveled in the family's wealth, Eze was grounded and humble. He spent his days managing the farms, working alongside the laborers and ensuring that everyone under the family's employ was treated fairly. Despite his status, Eze longed for something more. He often felt trapped by the weight of his family expectations. His mother, Mama Chi, frequently reminded him of his duties. "You are the pillar of the family, Eze," she would say. "When the time comes, you must choose a wife who will strengthen our legacy." Eze nodded whenever his mother spoke, but in his heart, he dreamt of finding a love that was untainted by wealth and tradition. He wanted someone who saw him for who he truly was, not for what he could offer. The marketplace in Obodo was a lively hub of activities. Traders shouted their wares, children started between stalls, and the air was filled with the aroma of roasted plantains and spicy soups. Adamma moved through the crowd, her basket balanced on her head. stopping occasionally to inspect the vegetables on display. It was here on an ordinary afternoon that her life changed forever. Turning a corner too quickly, Adamma collided with someone, sending her basket tumbling to the ground. She gasped and crushed together her scattered yams and peppers. "I'm so sorry," she said, not looking up. "It's all right," came a deep voice. Adamma glanced up and froze. Standing before her was Eze Okonkwo, the golden son of Obodo. She recognized him immediately. Everyone in the village knew who he was. His broad shoulders, confident stance, and warm smile were hard to miss. "You are Adamma, the tailor, aren't you?" Eze said, handing her a yam. Yes, I am," she stammered, her cheeks flashing. "How do you know my name?" "Who doesn't know your name?" Eze replied with a grin. "My sister can't stop talking about the dresses you make. She says you are a magician with a needle." Adamma laughed nervously. "I wouldn't call it magic, but thank you." From that day on, Eze began finding excuses to visit Adamma's shop. He brought clothes that didn't need mending, asked for fabrics he didn't need, and lingered longer than necessary, chatting with her about life and dreams. At first, Adamma was cautious, unsure of his intentions, but over time, she came to see the kindness and sincerity in his heart. As their relationship grew, so did the whispers in the village. It wasn't long before the news of their courtship reached the ears of Eze's family. Mama Chi was livid. "This is unacceptable," she said during a family meeting. "That girl is beneath us. She has no lineage, no wealth. What can she possibly bring to our family?" Chief Okonkwo, though Kama, agreed. "Eze, you must think carefully. Marriage is not just about love. It is about alliances and stability." Chima, Eze's younger brother, was openly scornful. "She's just a tailor," she said with a sneer. "She will never fit into our world." But Eze was unmoved. "Adamma is kind, hardworking, and honest," he said. "She is everything I have ever wanted in a partner." The more his family opposed the relationship, the more determined Eze became. One evening, he knelt before Adamma's mother, Neoma, presenting her with a calabash of palm wine and a bundle of gifts. "I wish to marry your daughter," he said boldly. Neoma, though overjoyed, hesitated. "Eze, your family will not make it easy for you or for her. Are you certain of this path?" "I have never been more certain," Eze replied. Despite the Okonkwo's family's disapproval, the wedding took place on a beautiful sunny day. The entire village gathered to witness the union between two souls who had defied the odds. Adamma wore a dress she had sewn for herself, adorned with intricate embroidery that symbolized love and resilience. Eze was dressed in royal blue abada, his face radiant with joy. The ceremony was a mix of joy and tension. While the villagers celebrated with music and dancing, Eze's family sat stiffly, their disapproval evident. Mama Chi refused to give her blessing, and Chima soaked in the corner. But Adamma and Eze paid no attention to negativity as they exchanged vows under the shade of a grand baobab tree. They promised to face every challenge together. Adamma and Eze began their new life in a modest house on the outskirts of Obodo. The house had been a wedding gift from Chief Okonkwo, a reluctant gesture of goodwill. Adamma made it their home, filling it with warmth and love. She planted flowers in the yard, hung vibrant curtains in the windows, and filled the shelves with the fabric she worked with daily. Their early days of marriage were blissful. Eze loved waking up to the smell of Adamma's cooking, her laughter echoing through the house as she teased him about his late mornings. Adamma cherished the way Eze supported her dreams, helping her expand her tailoring business by introducing her to wealthier customers who had never considered hiring a village tailor. "You've turned this house into a palace," Eze would often say, pulling Adamma into his arms after a long day. "And you've made me feel like a queen," she would reply, her head resting on his chest. But the shadows of their differing backgrounds loomed over their happiness. Mama Chi visited often, her disapproval thinly veiled. During one such visit, she criticized Adamma's housekeeping. "The house is clean enough," Mama Chi said, inspecting the floor with a critical eye, "but it lacks the touch of a proper wife." Eze, overhearing, intervened. "Mama, Adamma is the best wife anybody could ever ask for. Please let her be." Mama Chi clicked her tongue. "You will see, Eze. A good wife is more than just a cook or a tailor. She must elevate her husband's status. Adamma, she is not enough." Adamma, though hurt, remained silent. She had learned to endure Mama Chi's barbs, focusing instead on building her life with Eze. As months turned into years, Adamma's tailoring business flourished. She hired 2 apprentices and began receiving orders from neighboring villages. Her success, however, drew jealous from Chima, who had always seen herself as the true heir to the family's fortune. Chima began sowing seeds of discord within the family, suggesting that Eze was neglecting his duties because of Adamma. He spread rumors in the village implying that Adamma was using charms to control Eze. "She is a witch," he told anyone who would listen. "How else could a common tailor rise so quickly? She's bewitched my brother and stolen his focus from the family." The rumors reached Mama Chi, who confronted Eze during a family dinner. "Eze, your brother says Adamma is using charms," she said, her voice low and accusatory. Eze laughed, shaking his head. "Mama, those are lies. Adamma's success is due to her hard work, nothing else." But Mama Chi wasn't convinced. "Where there is smoke, there is fire," she muted. One fateful morning, Eze woke up feeling unwell. He dismissed it as fatigue from managing the farms, but over the following weeks, his condition worsened. Adamma grew worried, urging him to rest and calling the village healer to prepare remedies. Despite their efforts, Eze's health continued to decline. His once strong frame grew thin, his skin pale. Adamma stayed by his side, nursing him day and night, refusing to let despair take hold. But whispers began to spread. Mama Chi seized the opportunity to forward the rumors Chima had started. She poisoned him, Mama Chi declared during a meeting with the village elders. "How else would my son fall ill under her care?" The elders, bound by tradition, listened but remained cautious. "We will investigate," one of them said. "But let us first focus on Eze's recovery." Eze's illness reached its peak one cold evening. Adamma sat by his bedside, holding his hand as his breathing grew shallow. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered prayers, begging the ancestors to spare him. "Adamma," Eze said weakly, his voice barely audible, "you've been my light in the darkest times. Never let dim that light." "Don't speak like this," Adamma sobbed. "You will recover. You have to." But Eze shook his head, a faint smile on his lips. Promise me you will stay strong no matter what happens. I promise, Adamma choked out. Though her heart felt like it was breaking into pieces, moments later, Eze took his final breath. Adamma let out a wail that echoed through the house, a sound of unimaginable grief. Eze's death was a turning point in Adamma's life. The grief she felt was soon overshadowed by the hostility of her in-laws. Mama Chi wasted no time accusing her of witchcraft. "She killed my son," Mama Chi screamed during the funeral. She cursed him so she could take his wealth. Adamma stood in silence, too broken to defend herself, but the elders demanded a ritual to prove her innocence. A trial by tradition. The ritual was cruel and dehumanizing. Adamma was forced to drink the water used to bath Eze's corpse, a practice believed to reveal whether she had been responsible for the death. The villagers gathered to watch, their faces a mix of pity and suspicion. Adamma endured the ordeal with quiet strength, refusing to let the humiliation break her spirit. But the accusation didn't stop. Mama Chi and Chima continued to spread lies, turning the village against her. With the help of Nneka, a wise elder who believed in her innocence, Adamma began uncovering the truth about Eze's death. She learned that Chima had withheld money Eze had requested for advanced medical treatment, hoping to accelerate his death and claim his inheritance. Adamma presented her case to the village council, exposing Chima's treachery. The council ruled in her favor, stripping Chima of his inheritance and declaring her innocent. They also banned the cruel ritual she had been subjected to, marking a significant step toward ending harmful traditions. Adamma chose to leave Obodo, moving to a neighboring town where she rebuilt her life. She opened a new tailoring shop and became a mentor to young women, teaching them to stand strong in the face of adversity. Years later, Adamma returned to Obodo for a celebration honoring the women who had fought against harmful traditions. She was greeted with respect and admiration. Adamma's journey is a testament to the strength of human spirit, from humble beginnings to enduring unimaginable grief and cruelty. She rose above the ashes of her pain, proving that resilience and courage can triumph over the harshest of challenges. Through her ordeal, Adamma not only reclaimed her dignity, but also became a symbol of hope and change. Her fight against harmful traditions paved the way for justice and inspired an entire village to reflect on their practices and values. Her story reminds us of the power of love, the importance of standing up for oneself, and the impact of challenging outdated norms. Adamma's story does not end in sorrow but in hope. She rebuilt her life, found new purpose, and became a beacon of inspiration for others. It is a reminder that even in the face of adversity, we can forge a path toward healing and justice and renewal. If you were moved by Adamma's story and believe in the importance of stories that inspire change, please like and comment, subscribe to this channel, share the story to others to spread its powerful message. Together, let's celebrate resilience and triumph of a human spirit. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.